Hi guys. Last 2 days was very stressful at one side for me and very not profitable actually. They was filled of many insights. And I want to share with you, I really enjoyed how I handled with my emotions these 2 days. I let myself to go through all stress and what I wanted to feel at the start. I felt in this condition, I felt in this mood, and after that I also understood yes, this is what do I have, but what is going on with me? What makes me feel like this? I didn't have this yesterday, but I had this today. This came to me by some words, by some situation, by understanding where I'm going in this situation, and I started yes, I even cried, I even was in stress. And I started to talk with myself. I took a note and I started to write all my feelings, write about all my emotions, and I understood that everything the same, nothing changed. I knew everything from this, nothing changed, but something happened, something influenced on me to have this mood, this condition, these feelings, these emotions. And I said, okay, I knew that before, nothing changed. Why right now I feel a lot of pain, frustrated, lost? And I understood that I was going through this situation not first time, and I tried to create the situation which will be the same which was before, which I have yesterday, today, and that this is some trauma which I trying to repeat. Sounds strange, but this is how it works. Usually when we have some pattern of your actions, when you just act like you get used to in some situations which not happen usually, the easiest way to go through the way you have experienced already. And the thing is, this was my experience about, and it was filled of emotions, and somehow my physics, not physics, psycho maybe, psychology, it tried to repeat this trauma. So if my brain see that some terms the same, it's like, okay, this is this situation, I want to repeat this because it was filled of many emotions, and somehow I act the same like it was before, and I got the same result. And it's like, oh, yes, I'm true. It's true. I was right about this, and something like this. But I also ask myself why I want to go in these emotions. This is not positive emotions. These emotions about pain, about being disorganized, being absolutely destroyed inside. Why I'm going to these emotions? For what reason? And I understood this is easiest way to not act differently, to not get goals, to not get results in this topic. So my brain had some trauma in some situation about this topic, and my brain started to do what? At the start, my tries to go in this way, in this situation, in this sphere of my life, which will repeat my unsuccessful experience And after that, my brain said to my mind, like to my soul or something, like, you see, it's not work, don't go to there. This is very interesting to understand that how it works in my mind, in my actions. Because when you use the same recipe, I hope this is the right word, to cook some dish, to prepare some food, you not expect to get some another dish, you expect to get the same. So why we expect, if we choose the same ingredients, if we choose the same recipe, how we can get something different? Nothing. But my brain works with my trauma and play right now like this. So he was trying to create the situation in which I will be hurted again at the start and say like, it's not your way. Partly it's right, partly not, because our brain, it's always trying to avoid the problems, pain, everything. It's trying to protect us, our soul, to be hurted, to feel bad emotions, and it's really trying. But the thing is, sometimes, and usually actually, in all our traumas, there is so many energy, there is so many ways. When you deal with your trauma, you got so much power when you deal with this, when it's not influence on your life anymore. And the most important thing, why it's so famous right now, psychotherapists and another kind of working with your soul, with your mind, with conscience, unconscious. And this is all about how make us more happy actually. But it's always the way through the pain, because if you need to deal with your trauma, you need to see the trauma. You need to go through all your emotions which you hide it, which you avoid it, which you ignoring. And after that, you can understand like, okay, it was this, this and this. And you can keep hiding, and you can deal with this. For example, in my childhood, at the age of 7 and 9, I had a story with, I think it was a school photographer, and he touched me at this age. I'm surprised that I'm saying for some audition. And he touched me, yes, and this thing influenced on me a lot during my life, on my sexual life too, on my attitude to the men, on my attitude to relationship. And the thing is, yes, it influenced me a lot till the moment I understand that this person was ill. This person is not okay by psychology. This person, he didn't care who he touched. So it wasn't about me, it was about him. But this happens with me. And I never told about this to my parents. At this age I was afraid, and later I told to few of my boyfriends, like in different time, and they say like, okay, and they didn't know how to react, and I understand them. I opened to them like, I have this issue, I don't know how to solve it, to deal with this, I have it. And I also knew that it's influence on me during long period in my life. I was hiding from the men. I didn't trust them. I didn't want to relationship personally. I had many relationships on the distance. We lived in other cities, even in different countries, and I always was avoiding the relationship in general because I wanted it. Part of me really wanted it, but I also avoided the contact, physical contact, and it was my trauma. And all you need to understand, if you don't understand your trauma, why it happened, why you act like this, you can't deal with this. And usually it works not like you thinking about this and it's like, oh, this is your trauma, deal with this. You need to deal with unconscious usually. And I can say that this is very scary. This is a vaska, this is like, I don't know how to say that in English. I will tell you later about this thing, but when you work with different types of psychotherapy, you also understand a lot what is going on with you. And that's why I so much like this topic, relationship, and why I always trying to make the topic of my video about relationship, because as I see relationship, it's huge work. It's always about being honest, not with others, but with yourself too. And this is, you need to be brave for that, because we get used to lie to ourselves too. And you need to learn a lot, how you learn how to work by this profession. You spend huge, like a lot of time for that. And you need to always learn. And the thing is, you can't find just a study book. You can find many books which can make you understand some stuff, how relationship could start to be built. But this is like how to build the house by yourself, and this is huge work. But the most interesting, if you have a goal about great relationship, I need to focus on this topic. If you have a goal, how to create a relationship. No, I said something wrong. If you have a goal to have great relationship, and you have a goal not just for this moment, but to create relationship which will fill you during all your life, which will be like an example for your kids, for example. And this is very interesting topic also, about example for your kids. Nowadays, not many families very happy. Many people stay with each other just because of the money. They can't buy another house. They can separate because of small kids or something. But instead of fighting against each other, just imagine how much power they could get if they start to communicate with each other, if they start to find some ways to understand each other, to care about each other, to give to each other, to focus on giving but not getting. Everything changes. Because remember how it works at the start when you fall in love. it's not about getting, it's about giving. It's always you want to talk, to present, to be around, to see, but not to get. Just not. It wasn't like give me. I want like a gift or flowers or something. It's never about this. It's about just to see him or her, just to make some smile. I mean, to make him or her smile. And this is about care. This is about if he eat or not, if he sleep or not, she, he. And this is another kind of energy. And if something don't work, check what you give, not what you get, not what you want, what you give. And if we start to focus on this part of our life, we understand that when you give, something comes back. And usually it's more than you give. And yes, some people use another and all these things. But if you have the same goal, I'm really sure that all families could be saved. So if you make this example for your kids that happy families exist, happy relationship exists during years till the end of the life. And yes, when you lose your partner by death, by something, it's a lot of pain. But at the same time, so many years being happy worth this pain. And the thing and feeling like someday you will lose it make you understand that every day should be filled of love, care, everything you want in your relationship. And I do believe that if two people met and they focus on amazing relationship, not only for one night, not only for 1 week, but they understand, I want a family, I want happy kids, and this is my goal. This is one of my life goals. Nothing can stop him or her. No one can stop. But of course, you need to check right person for that. Choose, not check. And I truly believe that if two people absolutely honest with themselves, who they are, what do they want, they will find the right person to make a couple, make a family, and they will deal about how to grow their kids, how to buy the house, the interior in this house. And remember please that some parts in our lives, in our relationship, it's not big deal. Even if you fight today, just check if it's worth your time. If tomorrow some of you wouldn't be here, and you'll understand that it's not worth your time. And dealing is very easy actually.